right, everybody. Welcome to Fort Myers, Florida. I'm your host, Nate Albaugh. We're always trying to learn about coaching, about the art of coaching, and this is our series for really newer coaches. Not that great coaches and experienced coaches can't learn from it as well, but traveled down to Fort Myers and brought 4 great coaches in to help teach you guys. And each of the 4 is going to do a presentation, which will end up over on the site. That's over at clinic.chiefpigskin.com. And we'll go from there. Today's topic, before I just start rambling, today's topic is 2-point conversions. Now, 2-point conversion, first of all, at the very least, there's going to come a point in your season where you need the 2-point conversion, maybe for the win. That's kind of in our program how we've always said it. Like, what is our 2-point conversion for the win? Like, you have to have it. But especially, I mean, obviously in the college game, but it doesn't hurt to carry a few more with you. So as you are preparing for what is our, number one, what's our 2-point conversion play for the win? And then the next thing you have to determine is, do we have a kicker, or are we going to kick PATs? Now, you can look, there's so many different philosophies behind it. Kick 2, maybe I'll always go for 2, maybe I'm always kicking. And obviously, if you know you're going to go for 2 a lot, you are going to need a plan for that. So, of course, now that I didn't travel to Fort Myers, Florida, so that you could hear from me, we're bringing in a championship-level coach. This is Tim Thornton, winner of a state championship, I believe it's 2016.
Absolutely.
2016 at Peoria High School in Illinois. Now he's a Florida boy. Lely High School,
yes, sir.
Coach Thornton, welcome.
Thank you. Good
And
to be
you're
here.
a 2-point conversion guy.
That's what we do now. That's what we do.
And now that you're down at Lely, still 2-point conversions.
Absolutely. It took a little convincing as soon as I got in the door, but I think they were pleased with the way it went, and Coach Hammer allows me to get that done, so we enjoy doing that still.
So you're going to hear from a 2-point play expert. So, Coach, take to the whiteboard now and just, if you could, give us an option. What this has got to be a good 2-point play option for us.
Yeah, so this is one of our staples. We have about 6 to 8 of them that we carry the whole year, because we go for every time we go for 2. And then we have some adjustments that we make week to week, team by team, based on things we see. And, of course, it's got to be what you do. Like, the whole point, one of the points of going for 2 all the time is you're not spending that practice time on the kicking game. You're spending the time working on plays that you do. So take from what you do, but this is one that we do, that we use in the open field, and we'll use it on short yardage, and we'll certainly use it for 2-point conversions. It's very simple on the edges. We're getting in 2x2 looks, whether you motion to it or whether you start in it, but we're getting into 2x2. We like to put the ball on the hash. When you go for 2, you're allowed to choose which hash you want the ball on. So we put it to the hash. I have a tendency to go near hash just so I can see it better. And we get in a 2x2. We run a slant wheel concept on the outside. When you get down in the red zone, when you get down on the 2-point conversions, you have a huge tendency to draw a lot of man coverage. So we like this into man. It's got some adjustments into zone. We're going to use a gap protection up front. Some teams call it a full slide. We call it a gap protection because it fits into what we do in the run game. Every run that we have, our tackle's blocking down. So when we block down in the pass pro, it gives a slight play action look to hold those linebackers just a step. We send the back off the edge for protection to the play side. We're going real quick footwork by the quarterback. We're going to hit a 3-step slant on the outside receivers, mirror image, same thing on both sides. Pre-snap, he's going to look for a matchup maybe he likes to the field with the slant because there's so much space out there. But most of the time on our 2-point conversion, this is going to go to the boundary, to the short side of the field, and we're going to try to create that natural rub. We've got neither guy trying to pick someone. Like, they're both literally trying to get open with it. The slant guy, if he's going to get the ball, he's going to get it right now. And then the wheel guy is where the adjustments come in. You can treat the wheel as a back pylon throw that almost times up just like a fade would. and you can, if you get that inside defender that's manned up on your slot receiver, if he's taking the long way around and your corner is going to run with the slant, then you have that ability to throw the wheel route right now, almost like a bubble screen. And it takes time. You've got to practice it. You don't want 8 different people on your team running this route in practice. We get it down to 2 different guys, maybe 3, depending on how talented we are and how much we change formations around. But we're getting those 3 guys with the starting quarterback, and it's something we're going to do every day in practice. So we're going to take a look at that. We've got some clips in the other part that we'll look at where we're hitting it right now, and we're hitting, almost throwing it like a back shoulder fade, and then we've got some where we're going over the top. And then we've got some wrinkles off of it too, where we'll whip out of it one way or another. But this is something you can put in, and you can be pretty consistent with it, and then kind of evolve to where you almost let your quarterback say, we want this series, and you can pick the adjustment based on what you see on the field. So we've done it that way as well too.
Coach, thank you for sharing, and I can speak from experience. You know, when we played Coach Thornton back in the day, I had a pretty decent team, and I was beside myself because they beat us. I want to say it was 74-49 they beat us. I was beside myself in shame at how many points that we had allowed, and his team went on to the state title game where they scored 60 points in the title game. And I thought, well, maybe I don't have to feel so bad. This team is potent, but Coach Thornton, his teams have been so offensively potent for so long. Coach, what would you say is you can only share so much, but like, for somebody that if they're coaching, they're a newer coach.
Sure.
Like, when I had to defend you, I don't know that I would say that your secret is some sort of genius or all these magical plays.
Right.
But it is murderous, and you are murderously potent every year. So is there any insight you could sum up?
You know, I've said for years, I think you can do this with just about any scheme. I think it would be, I'm not a wing T guy, but I respect it. I think it would be deadly to do things the way that we do things with wing T, with spread. And we've done it with multiple fronts. Like you've seen us do it with a 2-back system and a quarterback that can run. We've done it with a drop back guy. We've done it with a tight end and a fullback, which oh my God, I love the most. But the mentality, I think, is the key to the whole thing. Just the approach that we take. We say from day one what we're gonna do. We break it down when we leave the sideline. It's 1, 2, 3, and we break it down on 8. We're trying to get 8 points every time we touch the field. When you set up the offense, you set up the defense, you set up the special teams for a common goal, then you start getting a different product. And I feel like the way that we unite everything has a huge impact on it, and the kids expect it. You start teaching that there can be a mistake, and you line right back up. It's 6 seconds to revel in the glory and 6 seconds to revel in the pain, but you line back up and you do it on the next play. And so many times we've had something negative happen. We forget about it. We treat the next play like its own animal, and it gives us a completely different result because we don't take the time to dwell, and we don't let the momentum affect us in either direction.
So knowing you're calling an offense now, and you have a very specific plan for how you want to get it done, philosophy-wise too, philosophically. So where would you be found in practice? With what position? Like, where are you spending the most amount of minutes during practice?
I'll be honest with you. My favorite is with the big guys, with the O-line guys. I've been blessed throughout the years to have a couple guys that are really good. I've got a really good one right now with Coach Frank Troffenbaum. So I put my trust in him, let him do that. Right now, I spend most of my time with the quarterbacks, making sure they're on the same page. I don't claim to be don't claim to be that guy that's going to teach you how to throw better, that's going to fix your mechanics. We'll find people to do that kind of thing. But as far as getting you on the right page, getting your operation mindset, reads and progressions and that kind of thing, I spend most of my time with that, and just getting that trigger man the confidence and the execution level that he needs.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I know that I always love sitting down with Coach Thornton and hearing from top-level coaches. So Coach is over at Lely High School, Florida now, and running the offense there. So if you guys could like, subscribe, of course, we would appreciate it. But as always, you can catch us right back here next week, same time, same place, talking more ball.